Here is video number 2 of my first week of One Book July 2014 challenge. The first video is a setup. This video is a kind of review and analysis of how the first week has gone. So I set this up on Monday the 30th and I've kind of been setting it up during the week, but mostly this weekend, so I've only really just finalised the setup. But it did work well for me during the week, but that may just be because, as Plannerism's Laurie said in one of her blog posts, the first week of a new, or the first couple of weeks of a new planner tend to go better because you're excited about the new planner and that you use it more and you're more productive during the first couple of weeks, but that then after you've got used to it and the novelty is worn off, you may just get bored of it and be less productive. So the first week being productive isn't an indication of how this has revolutionised your life. So I am aware that it may not be so successful in the fourth week, but we'll see. I do love this little thing. I love the size. It's so small, it fits really well in my hand, but it isn't too small. I think passport size Midori would be too small. This is a field note size. It is really great because it even fits in my coat pocket. On I think it was Thursday, it rained and I didn't want to put it in my bag because I do have scratchy things like keys in there, so I actually just put it in my coat pocket. And yes, July in the UK, it does rain a lot. Today it's been raining on and off and my poor washing has been in and out off the line, so you can never predict the weather here, so it is important to have umbrellas and even thick coats, and I had my thick coat with big pockets and it fitted in the big pocket and it was fantastic. It didn't get wet. But it's not too small, which is great, and I'm kind of amazed at how I can use something small because all my planners in the past sort of 5 years have been personal size or bigger. So that's kind of shocking. So the one pen thing has been kind of amazing too. This is a Jetstream Uni 1.0 thing, and it's one of those hybrid ink ones. I learned about it from the Cult Pens newsletter. It's apparently kind of a cross between a gel pen and a ballpoint. So it has the kind of waterproofness of a ballpoint biro thing, but it has the ease of writing of a gel pen, i.e. it's very easy to sort of glide across the page. You don't have to get the pen started. It just instantly starts writing and it glides, and you don't have to put much pressure on the page to get the ink through, which is good because I tend to write with a very light hand. I tend to write very quickly with a very light hand, barely putting any pressure on the page, and so writing with something wherein I would need to put pressure on the page, it makes me exert too much energy, and it would take me too long to kind of get the words out onto the page. So something that requires light pressure is better, and so this is good. But in general, it's not a pen that I would use normally. I would like to use a fountain pen, but I don't take them out of the house because I have a tendency to lose them or drop them and break them. But this is okay just for this purpose. So one of the revelations has been not colour coding. I have always colour coded ever since I started using a Filofax in 2011, so this would be very colourful normally. I have used colour on the dates, and I've also colour coded for the event of my dad's birthday. I always do occasions and events and all day things in light blue, so I have done that, but the rest of it I've just done in black, and black with my colour coding would be appointments and meetings and that kind of thing. So my work times would normally be black, but then all of these to-dos here, they'd either be blue or green or red or pink, that kind of thing. But I have done it in black, which is kind of, it's so different that it's strange, because at a glance with the colour coding I'd just be able to go, oh look, there's a bedroom, you know, tidying to do, or there's academic work to do, or oh look, there's a fun thing, depending on which colour it is. But in black, everything kind of morphs into its own, you know, just a black boring colour, which kind of makes me need to read it, which is kind of good, because if it's colour coded then I would just go at a glance, oh, I remember what I need to do. But actually seeing all of these words in one colour makes me actually read it, and so I would probably get more information from it in one colour, because I would actually have to read it to distinguish between the other to-dos, than I would just picking out, you know, like oh, I remember what that pink was, I don't actually have to read it. So that's kind of good. But the most revolutionary thing is that if I was at my desk and not able to pick up my pencil case, or because, you know, I don't want my colleagues to see me writing my book for too long, or picking my pens out of my big long pen wrap with all of my different coloured pens in it, because they'd be like, well, why aren't you working? Or if I'm out and I can't be bothered to get my pen wrap out of my out of my handbag just to pick out one colour to write on the way to the bus stop while I'm walking, or while it's raining or something like that, I can literally write down anything that I need to write down, not in my colour coding, because everything is written with this one pen. I have a tendency, if I'm not able to pick out the right pen, to think, oh, that's fine, I'll do it later. I'll write it down later. And by the time I get home where I'm able to have my pen wrap, you know, out when I need it, I've forgotten what I was supposed to be writing down. So having one pen and, you know, not having to colour code means that I literally can write that thing down then and there, and it is really practical. I think that is the word, it's practical, and I don't have to postpone writing something down, because I've just got the pen with me at all times in the pen loop, just sitting there. So that is quite good, actually. And also I did used to cross out in the same colour I'd written it down in, but now I cross out in black, so I can scratch out the things that I have done, and I don't have to wait until I've got the right pen with me, which is good. Then I've got my bullet journal, and I did write my bullet journal just in black pen, but I did colour code the boxes, but then I would tick the box in the relevant colour as well, but now I'm ticking the box in black, which may seem like a silly distinguish thing, a new thing from my old system compared to that, but it's the same as crossing through with one colour. It means that I don't have to wait until I've got the right pen with me. I can literally just cross it out then and not have to wait until later, so that's good. And then I've made kind of, because I've got this limited space, I've only got 3 books in here, and I have tried it with more books, but it tends to put too much strain on the elastics, meaning that it pulls on them and the books start falling out the bottom of the Fodori. So I have made 2 of the inserts have 2 different sections in them, and I'm also going to make the 3rd section have another thing in it as well. So the first notebook is my diary, which is like a calendar rather than a Dear Diary. Well, actually it's probably got 3 sections in it. So it's got my weekly grids, which is what I would call my diary, then my bullet journal, so that could be a separate insert, but I've made it within this insert, and then I have also got my extra bit, which is graph paper with the Moleskine grid printables stuck on. So that is working really well, because basically 3 inserts have now fitted into this one slim book, which is great. And then also with my notebook, I have managed to fit my planner organisation insert, which will be on my lists and stuff, in with this insert, so that is 2 inserts into one, which I thought I would need a separate insert on its own elastic for the planner insert, but I have made it fit 2 into 1 here. And then I'm also going to, when I make a cover for this insert, my fun lists, I'm going to build in a secretarial pocket like this one, so that I can have a little extra section which will be my reference inserts, reference information. I don't know if you can hear my dog squeaking his squeaky ball. It's never quiet in this house. So that I can fit that insert, that reference lists, it's not going to be thick, it's going to be maybe 10 pages, into the secretarial pocket on the back cover of this notebook. So yeah, that's about it. In conclusion, I like the size, I like the functionality of it, being able to fit into my pocket, easily being able to fit into my bag. It's so much lighter than my other one, which means that it doesn't make my bag too heavy. I like that I have got one pen and that I don't have to be rummaging around in my bag for my other pens. And yeah, it's really functional, practical, easy to use. I don't have to, you know, wait until I get home to use it, because this is my everyday carry. Instead of having to go, oh, I haven't got the relevant notebook with me, I can just write down my notes in the notebook section. But I do think that this won't be an easy solution to my normal notebooks in the long term. With my, I don't know if you saw it, previous notebook, which was kind of like a preceding, my previous video, which was preceding video to this one book July challenge, when I said I've got like 15 notebooks that I need to use, can I fit them into one notebook? I did have the ability in my A5 Fodori to fit A5 paper into the file folder, so that I can write anything I want on A5 paper on the go and put it into the relevant Filofax when I get home. With this one, this isn't a solution to that. This is just for quick notes, really. I definitely wouldn't be able to write my Egypt notes, my novel notes and stuff in here. I'd be able to write quick notes which I would transfer, but definitely not if I was having a good, you know, novel writing ideas session. I wouldn't just be able to use this, because I would use 3 or 4 pages at a time, and then this notebook will be used up so quickly. So I think that I, on the long term, will have a separate notebook in my bag, an A5 notebook or something like that, to write proper notes in. But for quick notes on the go, that insert is good. For the fun list section, I haven't started writing in it yet, but that will be nice once I fill that up. And then the diary insert is actually working well. Although I was using an A5 size thing at a time, this field note size, Moleskine pocket size, is actually working well for me, because I never actually use a whole day's worth of space on the weekly grid, so I'm never actually going to need more space when I'm living my kind of simple life now. If I was like, if I had a lot of stuff to do, if I had kids to look after, if I had to write down work stuff as well, then it definitely, I'd need more space than this, but I don't. So just for now, it's working quite well, and I would like to carry on using this after July, but we'll see. I will do another weekly setup, a weekly review at some point, probably once more this month, hopefully once every week, to kind of tell you how it's going, so fingers crossed it will be going well, and then I will give you an overall